whenever I cry, I'm like, yay, I'm human. I'm just trying to remind myself, like, this is good. Come on, skin. So much. Today is just one of those days. It's just been one of those weekends, to be honest. Like, I was hesitant to even record today because I just don't even really know how I feel. I just feel a little like off. And I feel like that is what has stopped me from filming a lot of the times, because sometimes I don't really know how to explain why I feel the way that I feel. And sometimes I'm afraid to be judged if I can't properly express how I'm feeling. And I think that's because sometimes I feel like in order for me to feel a certain way, like, and tell people about it, it's almost like I have to feel like my feelings are going to be validated by other people, when in reality, like, nobody really needs to validate how I feel except for me. And if other people don't really see my reasoning for not feeling my best or not feeling good as a sufficient enough reason, that shouldn't stop me from feeling how I feel, if that makes sense. So basically today I'm just feeling away. I can say that there's a bit of uncertainty in the way that I feel right now, because I'm kind of having to make some difficult decisions with my career. As you guys know, I signed to a management agency almost a year ago now, actually, in January of this year. It's not that things have been going bad. It's just that I'm not sure if it necessarily aligns with what I'm trying to do now. For some reason, I really see myself like being independent as an influencer now, which is so crazy because at the time when I signed, I didn't feel that way. At the time, I was like, yeah, I do not want to manage myself, and I was gladly handing it over to someone else. And I also really liked the vision that they had for their agency. They are still a new agency. They're international. They're trying to come into the US market. And I felt like it could be a really good opportunity for me to be seen on a more international scale. As I have developed throughout this year, my content has been more focused on beauty and wellness. And even if you go on OKEV's Instagram page, which is my agency, you'll see that a lot of their like aesthetic is mostly like luxury, like high fashion vibes. And like, of course that's something that I may want to step into eventually, but that's not what my niche is right now. And I've just felt a little out of place, which is a little frustrating for me, because I feel like I kind of put a lot of hope into this situation since I did have to leave the agency last year. And although things were feeling good, like I said, I just want to make sure that it actually aligns with my values and what I care about now, because I don't know, it just feels very image heavy. And it might sound crazy because they do have the right contacts to get me into the rooms that I would need to make more money in that space. But it's just like, does that even align with me and what I'm trying to promote on my socials anymore? Like, it would be different if they kind of celebrated and showed the things that I do on my end too, even though it is different from the majority of their influencers. But the fact that they don't ever post my content, they don't repost my content, it just, I'm really wanting to make sure that I'm only in situations where I feel really seen and really celebrated. And of course they do an amazing job at managing my resources and, you know, things like that. But I don't know, sometimes it right now it's just starting to feel like I'm being pushed to go the more independent route, which it's stressing me out a little bit and it's giving me a little bit of anxiety, which is why right now I just need to go to the gym. I need to be on a routine, so that way I'm not just sitting in this stagnant energy, and I can allow the energy to kind of move through me so I can make sure that I'm making the right decision. I've already had one brief conversation with like the CEO, but we haven't sat down and talked about it yet. So I want to just make sure that my thoughts are clear before I sit down with them and talk about it. He definitely tried to make it feel very sincere that they do value our partnership, and they, you know, have plans and strategies to evolve more in the US, and they're gonna start sharing my content. But sometimes, you know, people will just kind of say things in order to get you to stay once you threaten to leave, because I did kind of express, you know, that I was considering it. So I don't know. Right now in the stars, we have a Pluto Mars opposition. Pluto right now is at the 29th degree of Capricorn. Mars now is in the 1st degree of Leo, but it was at the 29th degree of Cancer, which would mean they are opposing, which in human terms just basically means that there's this tension between a need to evolve and to change and figure out what needs to die in order to be reborn, and like taking action, basically, because Mars represents taking action. And this is happening in my second and 8th house axis. Second house means self-worth, values, money, resources, the things that you care about. 8th house is other people's resources, other people's money, intimacy, business partnerships, liquidations, and things like that. So there really is this tension right now for me energetically of like making sure that the business partnerships and the way that I'm managing my resources with other people actually aligns with my true values and where I'm trying to go in my life. Especially with the 29th degree in astrology is like a critical degree. It creates a sense of urgency. And so I feel that very heavily, especially with Pluto getting ready to move into Aquarius. Pluto has been moving back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius for the past few years, which is why I think a lot of people have been feeling this back and forth pull between an old life and a new life, because Pluto is just wanting to make sure that it wipes out these last few lessons that it's been trying to bring to the surface in Capricorn, because that's what Pluto does. It brings things up in order for there to be like a clean out. So long story short, like I said, in human terms, I'm feeling this push and pull between the things that I value and the things that the people that I am, you know, sharing my resources and my money with, also making sure that they also like hold the same values and that these partnerships are in alignment with where I'm trying to go. Like I said, especially with Pluto moving into Aquarius, I'm really stepping into a very powerful time in my life, and I feel that and I know that, which is why I feel the sense of urgency to make sure that the playing field is clear. And there is this fear, of course, of going independent as an influencer again, because I have been in this space for so long and it feels like I should have the right connections at this point, and it's been kind of frustrating that I have to keep reviewing and like teeter-tottering, but I'm also trying to make sure that I'm not just trying to escape, because I could do that sometimes too, and I want to make sure that I'm hearing them out and just making a really smart decision. I could say that I don't know what's wrong, but I know that that is what's wrong. But I can't really explain the way that it's making me feel, if that makes sense. It's more so just like I know that this tension is happening and I want to make the right decision, and I feel like that's scary. And again, instead of just sitting in that energy of like letting my mind race, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna move, I'm gonna go to the gym. I've been wanting to start my Stairmaster challenge for a while. I'm gonna walk on those stairs, I'm gonna do a little stretching, I'm gonna come back, maybe make a matcha. I definitely need to go to Whole Foods because I need to grab some stuff. I'm gonna reset my stuff for the week. It's a Monday, so yeah, I'm not gonna sit still, because when I'm in this energy I could just sit and do nothing which is what I really want to do. And this past weekend I've been kind of just laying down, scrolling, letting my mind wander, and I've noticed that sometimes when I do that, it's really like a negative energy that's kind of trying to overpower the positive energy that I know that I already hold that can make these decisions. But I need to make sure that I'm making space for that and not allowing the negative energy to cause me to get into bad habit loops, because I tend to just flop when I feel anxiety, when in order to move through it, you have to move through it literally. Like, you need to move your body through it. So spend the day with me as I'm having to make difficult decisions and let the anxiety run through me instead of letting it make me stagnant. against that electrolyte powder that I just put in this water. Disgusting. It tastes like salt. And maybe that's the point, but I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna drink it because it's in here, but okay, so I got back from the gym. I want to say it helped a little bit, but I don't really know how much it helped. But I will say I'm someone who used to just like hold in how I was feeling, and like I used to see emotions as a weakness, kind of, like not intentionally, but I just kind of grew up around people who didn't really see the value in emotion and expressing emotion. And so over the past year I've worked really hard to just let myself cry or let myself feel how I feel if I need to feel it. And something I told myself when I start to feel those like negative energies or thoughts of like, oh, like you can't be crying right now, you need to get it together, it's like it's actually such a blessing to feel your feelings and to let yourself feel your feelings, because it shows your humanity. It shows that you're human. Like people that have this very stoic nature to them and just see emotion as weakness and they don't allow themselves to feel, it's actually not a strength. It's actually the complete opposite of strength. It requires so much unnecessary tension within your body. You force yourself not to feel just for the sake of not feeling. And so whenever I cry, I'm like, yay, I'm human. Just try to remind myself like this is good. Feeling your feelings is never a bad thing, and I'm grateful that I've kind of broken through that wall that I've had for so long just within myself, where I didn't let myself feel how I felt because I thought it was a weakness. So I still don't really know exactly why I'm crying right now. Like I am feeling anxious still about this decision with my management, and I'm just not sure, and I'm frustrated about it, but we're gonna keep moving. I just freshened up a little bit and I'm about to go to Whole Foods because I need to get some stuff for this week. And yeah, honestly not much. I just need to, not much, but I'm gonna go because it's supposed to rain a little bit, so I want to go before it starts raining. $87, which for me, I feel like by myself is not that bad. I feel like I'm gonna have enough food for the whole week. When I saw that that tray, I have seen people on TikTok do the little like Whole Foods family meal prep thing, and I had never actually seen them in my store, but I saw them today and I'm like, that might be a, you feel me? Y'all already saw everything I got. I like to have some snacks in the house. I try not to go crazy because if I have snacks, I'll eat them. Got my watermelon. Had to get some more cookies. I have to have these in my house at all times. I think I still have one more in the fridge. Had to get my bagels, cucumbers for my chia water. Oh, raspberries. What did I get these for? Oh, for my matcha. I want to make like a raspberry syrup. I'm about to actually do that now. And then the meal prep situation. So to me, okay, because when I don't have food in the house, I will DoorDash, right? That could easily be $20 to $30 when I DoorDash. This was $26. And the lobster mac and cheese was $13. I feel like I could split this up into like a meal prep situation. I'm about to just try it. I also want to make my own oat milk this week. And what else? And my chia seed water. So yeah, let's do it. I need to get my mind off of my shit anyway. By the way, I never drank this water. That electrolyte mix was disgusting. Disgusting. Let's put on something on the TV and get this together. I feel like it'll be good. Oh my God, but why do I feel like I might have gotten rid of my meal prep containers? I think I got rid of them. I'm like pretty sure I got rid of them because I was like, I'm not gonna use them. If I still had those, it would have been perfect. But I'm like 90% sure I got rid of them. I mean, technically I don't have to split it up for this week. I can just eat it out like this and maybe next week try to split it up when I get my meal prep bowls. But basically what came in it was potatoes, salmon, and green beans. I'm probably just gonna like, you know, add some seasonings and stuff. And then the mac and cheese. I did mean to get a meal for today though. I regret not getting a meal for today, but when you go to a fancy restaurant, lobster mac and cheese this size be like $30, $40. This was $13, okay? It's giving luxury meal prep situation at home. I wonder if I can order some, because I kind of want to do a video. I feel like it would be a fire ass video. Let me see if I can order some meal prep containers to get here tomorrow for Amazon. Because if I could just do this every week, I would save so much freaking money. I might grab these. It only has a split in the middle. So I'd probably put the mac and cheese on this side and put the other stuff on the other side. They're $40 though. That's kind of a lot. But I feel like if I'm gonna do it, I should get glass ones, right? The ones I had before were plastic. I feel like maybe I should get these because it has 3. I could put the salmon and the potato, green beans, mac and cheese. I might get these. They'll get here tomorrow. And they got a $5 coupon. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So y'all won't be able to see me meal prep today, but you can follow me on TikTok or Instagram and I'll probably do a video. This was like $40 for the week. And I usually will make my own breakfast. I'll usually just eat a bagel and some fruit. This will be more than enough. I won't be overeating. And it's crazy because I was literally stressing out, like trying to figure out how I was gonna start doing meal preps again because I like doing it, but I like the convenience of this. I don't know. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. I definitely should have got a sandwich or something for today. Actually, I have a potato I can make today. So I'll probably make a baked potato for dinner today. I'm about to make my raspberry syrup and my chia seed water now, so I'm gonna leave that out. I really wanna try these, this popcorn. It's garlic parm popcorn. No, these are good. Oh my God, am I a Whole Foods fatty now? Oh, I almost spilled it. I will literally eat this whole bag right now. These are fire. Oh my God. All right, let me chill. Okay, so first on my DIY experiment extravaganza, I wanted to try making this raspberry syrup so I could use it in my matcha lattes. I found this like recipe tutorial on TikTok. I used like a full container of raspberries. I used 1 cup of sugar and then 1 cup of water. I gave it a good mix and then I took this, it's actually a potato smasher, but I used this to smash up the raspberries and then I actually let the mixture simmer for about 10 minutes. The longer you let the syrup sit, the thicker it will be. And I wanted mine like kind of thick, so I let it sit like the whole 10 minutes. So while that was simmering, I also wanted to prep some chia seed water. I've been seeing really good things about it on TikTok. Y'all know I find everything on TikTok. I hadn't actually tried it myself, but most people use lemon in this mixture, but I've been trying to stay away from lemon because it tends to break me out. So I'm using just some regular organic chia seeds, and I used way too much like, do not use this much chia seed if you're gonna do this recipe, okay? But I used chia seeds, I used some fresh organic mints, and then I added the cucumbers. Like I said, most people use lemon instead of cucumber, but trying to stay away from citrus. So yeah, chia seed water actually has a lot of great benefits. Chia seeds actually absorb water, so they help keep you hydrated longer. They also are packed with fiber, so it helps with digestion and helps to make you feel more full so you don't eat as much. There's energy support. It's rich in nutrients like omega-3s, antioxidants, and essential minerals. It's also really good for blood sugar balance, your gut health, like so many great benefits. So I actually will be drinking that every morning and seeing how that works out. Something else new that I've been trying is homemade oat milk. I love oat milk in my lattes and also just for like cereal. So I found this recipe, of course, on TikTok, and it's so simple. It's just a half a cup of organic rolled oats, a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a full teaspoon of maple syrup, and also just a pinch of salt. If you add too much salt, it will get salty very quick, and a cup of water. Oh, and I also, this wasn't in the recipe, but I added a date for sweetening just because I like my milk a little sweet, but I didn't want to use like sugar, you know, so I threw a date in there to make it sweeter. I got this milk maker on Amazon. It makes oat milk, almond milk, all types of milks. It's so quick. It literally takes like 8 minutes and I love it. So while that was doing its thing, I went ahead and strained my raspberry syrup. I was definitely making a mess doing this, but I basically just poured a little bit, kind of like sifted around the raspberry, emptied out the strainer, and then just repeated that again until all of the syrup was out. And I got this cute little container on Amazon. Y'all, I get everything on Amazon. I link my Amazon store below, and also there's linked on my Shopify as well. Last but not least, it was time to pour out the milk. And you guys, okay, so make sure you strain your milk. You don't have to strain oat milk because it is already so fine, but I made this recipe again and I strained it before putting it in the container, and I definitely recommend that. Prepping those things actually made me feel really, really good. Come on, skin. Come on, glazed donut. So I am wrapping up the day. I just took a shower. I am feeling like a glazed donut. Tomorrow I'm gonna finish doing my meal prep situation to see how I like that. I also made some cookies. Y'all know I've been obsessed with these brown batter cookies from Whole Foods. So I just made 2 of these. I've been letting them sit while I was in the shower so they could get a little hard. Oh, it's hard to do this with one hand. My poor placemat. Yummy. I'm also gonna make me a quick mocktail, sleepy girl mocktail, with my recess mood sparkling water and tart cherry juice. If you've been following me on social, you already know how that go. Y'all want to see the cookie pool? Cookie pool. Oh, that wasn't a good one. It's already kind of like not warm anymore. It's so good. Oh my god. I am definitely feeling much better now than I was earlier today. I swear, sometimes you really just gotta get up and move. It's not that the emotions go away, and it's not that the anxiety necessarily just like disappears into thin air, but when you start moving, things just start kind of falling into place. Like I really had no intention of going to Whole Foods today. I don't know why, I just felt kind of pushed to go to Whole Foods, and the fact that I'm about to have a whole like luxurious ass meal prep situation just made me feel so much better about myself with this week. And I got more cookies. Something I've been trying to be a lot more intentional about as I'm stepping into this new reality of freedom, what I'm kind of like liking to call it, is really trusting myself and trusting like that I don't have to necessarily have a structured plan for my day in order for my day to tell me what it needs out of me. I know that probably sounds insane, but this is a place I've been trying to get to for such a long time, because I follow so many people who study human design and astrology faithfully, and they always speak about how this is possible, and I'm like, how do you just like trust that your body's going to tell you what to do during the day? Like, how do you not really have a structured plan? And it's not really about not having a fully structured plan, because I do plan on having more of a structure as the days go on. But right now, as I'm still getting used to trusting myself and trusting the natural flow of my energy, it's really important for me to allow for those like ebbs and flows to kind of direct me where I need to go, and instead of trying to have too much control over my day, which is really my anxiety talking most of the time, just giving myself that space and that grace to just let the day happen for me. And it did. Like, I feel really good about today. I love you guys so much. and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Cheers.
You could get that, never gotta sweat that. 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 You could get